YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name is Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. In today's video, we are revisiting something you may remember from last month at SHOT Show. During my interview with Dan Gross of ZEV Technologies, you might remember him mentioning that we would be checking out a new gun from them this year. Well, I'm happy to say that that time is now. Today, we're going to be looking at the new ZEV OZ9 Compact with X grip. As always, I like to give you guys full disclosure on how we go about getting these guns in for review. Over the last few months, we've been working with ZEV on holsters and gear, which led us into getting guns in for fitment. The OZ9X was sent to us to check out, to review, and to create content with. It is ours to keep. I want to say thanks to Dan and the awesome people over at ZEV. We appreciate their support with our company and content. They recently put out a really cool video about the company and the people behind it. I definitely recommend checking that out, both the video and their company, because I believe the products that are offered by them are just top notch in my opinion. Okay, with that out of the way, let's dive into a few of the specs on the new OZ9X. The new OZ9X will come with their signature compact slide in FDE, which has clean lines and purposeful cuts, an optimized match grade barrel with a diamond-like black coating, the ZEV Pro trigger, the full-size X grip, and the low-profile ZEV Pro magwell. As always, it will ship in the awesome SKB red case with 2 Magpul Glock mags. So for this review, I asked my buddies Paul and Eric to come out and shoot with us. Eric is new to our team and has only been shooting for a little while. I thought this would be good to have a new shooter out with us to get his feedback on the platform in addition to our own. As always, I like to get our initial reaction to the first rounds out of the gun, so let's roll that footage in now. Alright guys, these are going to be the first rounds through the new OZ9C-X from ZEV Technologies. Stand by. Oh yeah, man. The grip angle's nice, bro. Let's go take a look at the hits real quick. So you'll follow me over here. Now get focused up on this. A little 10-shot group, a little straggler, but I'll take it.
Your first couple were all like right on top of each other.
I definitely love the grip angle on the
Yeah,
ZEVs.
I could tell.
Alright, let's get these guys running it. First initial 5 rounds, what'd you think, Paul?
Oh, it shoots super soft. I threw one though, but everything else was great. I mean, this was super consistent. I jerked it, but I like the grip angle a lot.
How'd that feel?
That felt great.
Let's go take a look at your hits.
That's a lot smoother than mine, I can tell you that for sure. Not bad. It's pretty smooth. I like it. I like it a lot.
Now during this range session, the 3 of us ran about 500 rounds through the gun collectively, and I'm happy to say that the gun performed extremely well. I did have one double feed malfunction while using one of the Glock Magpul mags, but I remember during the initial review of the full-size OZ9, it too did not like the Glock Magpul mags. The only other issue we encountered was the guide rod Allen began to back out. We screwed it back in and it stayed in place the rest of the range session. When I got home, I put a little bit of blue Loctite on it just to ensure it stays in place. I decided to make this range session a little more fun and set up a steel challenge type of stage using a mix of TA targets and some steel staked plates I found online. As you can see from this footage, we all had a lot of fun shooting this, especially while using the Trijicon SRO, as the large field of view is really great. Eight, 11, 10 shots total, 1 miss. All right, 8-11's the time to beat, Paul.
960, 12 shots.
2393.
I also wanted the guys to do a little bit of concealment work since I think that this is primarily what the gun would be used for. Each of us were equipped with our own QVO inside the waistband holsters. I was using our new Wingman 2.0, Paul was using the original Wingman single piece design, and Eric used a left-handed more discreet.
Time is 137.
139.
146.
137.
Charlie.
Let's take a look at the hits. How you feel about it?
That was good. I felt real smooth letting go of the trigger. That reset on it. Man, I like it.
Alpha.
155.
Charlie.
139.
Alpha.
165.
Alpha.
154.
Let's take a look at the hits.
I threw a delta in there, or beyond a delta, I didn't even realize it. I thought I hit the tape, but this is my first shot, and this is my second to last, and then the rest are in here. I was trying to rush it too much. No bueno. That's 139. 109. 113.
Look at that. Keyhold it with my thumb in there, but all right.
225 on it though.
So look at the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take it.
Very nice.
That thumb, man, hooking onto my hoodie. It's my favorite hoodie too.
I had each of them see where their draw times were at 7 yards repeatedly. This was for them to see where their balance was with speed and accuracy. In addition to that, I also ran a few build drills. As you know, it's one of my favorite drills to run.
Time is 259, 6 rounds.
Let's go look at the hits. We got Delta, Delta, Charlie, Charlie, Alpha. Alpha, cool. 2 alphas, 2 Charlies, 2 deltas.
.283. I got a really
283.
bad purchase on the gun when I came out of the holster. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 alphas, 1 Charlie.
.196, first shot, 102. We got Charlie, Alpha, Alpha, Charlie, Alpha, Alpha. 4 Alpha, 2 Charlie, and a total of 196.
You'll notice here that my build drill times are significantly slower than in previous videos. This is something that I want to touch on. I was having a discussion with Paul about duty grade triggers and what I really want out of them. This made me think back to training days while in law enforcement. I always remember hearing instructors say that you want to give constant pressure on that trigger until it breaks and the gun surprises you. While I understand the idea behind what they're trying to do, I don't necessarily agree with that method. I think that if I was to testify in court after being involved in a shooting, I wouldn't want to be the one on stand saying that I was trained to have my trigger surprise me. This is where the ZEV Pro trigger comes into play. The trigger is not a light trigger by any means, and I don't mean that it's heavy by saying that either. I would best describe it as this. It's a solid trigger with minimal take-up, a crisp and clean break, and has a nice audible felt reset. For me, this is what I want in a trigger that I'm going to use on a carry gun. The reason being is that I know exactly how much to prep the trigger and how much pressure it will take to break at the wall. Now, I think back to various times where I would have to be giving verbal commands while having my firearm drawn, maybe on a felony car stop or while clearing a house. In those types of situations where there are several other things going on other than you just trying to focus on the mechanics of shooting or the mechanics of marksmanship, while under that type of stress, you might not remember how your trigger felt on that cold range shooting targets. So for me, I do want to have a trigger that I can feel the take-up and the wall before having to break that shot. I want to know exactly when my trigger is going to make my gun fire, by both memory through repetition and feel. I hope I explained that well and I was able to get my point across. Don't get me wrong, I love the triggers on my 2011 race guns, but for carry, I just feel that a lot more would be happening if I was in a situation where I had to defend my life versus shooting on the range. And for that reason, I very much like the OZ9X and how it comes with the ZEV Pro trigger. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the grip, mainly the sizes and angle. You can run it how I have it configured here, or purchase the compact grip module, which would make it more of a G19 compact size. I personally prefer the X size. For those of you who have been following the channel for a while, you all know that I definitely liked the 19X when it came out, but then I switched over to the Glock 45 because it came in black. When Dan reached out and let me know that I was going to be getting an OZ9X, I initially wasn't fond of the FDE as it's not really my taste. He told me before I got to see it that it's not just FDE and that there is some awesome contrast. Once I saw it, I definitely agree with Dan as I really dig the two-tone look. I decided to go with the Trijicon SRO for my optic because I like large field of view, and with the black contrast, I think it finishes the build off nicely. I also want to touch on the optic cut as I did in my first ZEV video. They do such a great job that it allows you to get a lower coldness with the stock sights on the gun, so no need to go out and get suppressor height sights for your ZEV. I also went with the Surefire X300 Ultra in black because I thought it looked a lot better than the tan version on this build. Still kind of debating on that, so you guys let me know what you think down below in the comments. Now let's talk about the angle. Simply put, it's sweet.
Sweet!
It's not new to you guys that I prefer more of a 1911 style grip angle. For me, it just makes for a better natural point of aim. Also, because of this angle, when I present the gun, my sights are already very close to being lined up, if not already there. It also helps me get a firmer grip, which allows the gun to return to zero easily. I'll demonstrate this with this slowdown footage. As you can see, when I fire off rounds in succession, the sights return to the same point of aim, allowing me to fire off another round quickly. At the end of the grip, you'll find a Pro Magwell, which makes reloads a breeze. Reloading while standing, or even while moving with this thing is like cheating. I had all of us practice some 1R1 drills, but to keep it interesting, we were shooting on the modified A-Zone target from TA Targets. This is a great steel target that replicates the A-Zone from standard USPSA style targets, and one I use a lot in our training sessions.
.322.
.534.
Time 6.18.
Well guys, that's going to be it for our review on the ZEV OZ9 Compact with X Grip. I'll be running this a lot more on the range so that I can rotate it into my daily carry. I'm definitely pleased with the gun so far, and I'm sure it'll continue to perform just as good as the full-size OZ9 we reviewed previously. I appreciate you checking out the video. If you wanted to pick up anything from ZEV, make sure to use this code QVO Tactical, as it will save you 15% off of anything from them. You will need to call in any firearm orders, but you can still use this code. If you wanted to check out the steel targets we use from TA Targets, make sure to use this code QVO10, and that will save you 10% from their website. Unfortunately, I can't link these things down below, guys, as that does violate the terms of YouTube's policies, so please write them down if you do need them. Thanks again for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up down below, as that does help us out. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we post new videos every week. If you want to support our content, please check out the Patreon link down below. Members of our Patreon squad get first access to content, special discounts, contests, and giveaways. They are a big reason why we can continue to create content for everyone, and we appreciate their support. Thanks again, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next video.
Alright, we're going to try some 50-yard shots with the OZ9X and the Trijicon SRO. And box. Who's next?
I'll do it.
On you, Paul. Heyo, 50 yards. First try on the second time.
I didn't have it.
Can I use that as a blooper?
Of course you can have it.